Okay guys, so I'm going to just go over a little gear list that I'm taking. By no means am I saying this is the best stuff or any of that, or this is just what I have, what I've gathered over the years. I'm sure there's way better stuff, I just haven't gotten it, found it, whatever, but this is what I'm taking. So I'll go over my clothes and just work my way around here. I'm going to take an insulated puffy jacket, packs down real tight. Normally I take just like a fleece or a sweatshirt, but there's still quite a bit of snow in the, up above tree line, so it could still probably be pretty cool at night. So I'm gonna take that while we're just hanging out. I am gonna bring my full rain gear. I've got a top and bottom. I got these at Bass Pro. They're just the Redhead brand. I like them. They pack down small. They're probably not the best for breathability, but I mean, I haven't gotten wet in them yet, so I got no complaints with them. A lesson I've learned about 2 years ago, I always take Gators. From here on out, I'll always take Gators, whether I'm just scouting or hunting. I found that once your pants start to get wet, your socks get wet, and then your feet are wet. So if the Gators can help eliminate some of that, I hate wet feet. I think everybody hates wet feet. Then you start doubting your boots too, which I don't like. And it can lead to blisters and all kinds of problems. So I recommend Gators. These are Ktm Gators. I'm sure any Gator will work just fine. Just something to help keep the moisture off your pant legs and your socks. I'm taking extra pair of underwear. Probably don't need to for just a 2-day trip, but it's summertime. You're going to sweat a lot more than you would in the fall, so probably won't, it's not going to hurt nothing. I always take extra socks just for that time your feet do get wet. I always have an extra pair. At night I always swap out, so the pair that I wore during the day, I hang them up, let them air dry, and I put a clean pair on for the next day. That way they're always constantly drying. And these are just a Redhead brand, Bass Pro. They wick real good, they dry real fast. I'm bringing just a thin hat. I'm bringing a cryptic top, and then just some bottoms, just in case it gets a little cool at night. As far as gloves go, just leather gloves for me is fine. We're probably going to be cutting down a bunch of wood, firewood, and things like that. Leather gloves work just fine for me. Moving on, this is my little survival kit. I don't go anywhere, whether I make my camp and then I'm gonna go fishing or walk down a trail. This is the stuff that always goes with me no matter what. And it's my fire starting material. I've got a compass in here, a lighter, a whistle. I've got some paracord. I keep a emergency blanket if you got to make a quick shelter. I always carry a map where I'm going or where I'm at. A GPS. I probably don't use a GPS like most. I mark the truck, I turn it off. I mark my camp, I turn it off. This thing won't turn back on unless this is being a scouting trip. I'll mark where my trail cams are when I'm hunting. This marks wallows, it marks down game. Other than that, I don't let this thing don't run all the time. I try not to depend on it. I try and pay attention a lot where I'm at, where I'm going, what I'm doing. I'm bringing a stealth cam, trail camera. I got a buddy of mine coming, he's bringing another one. As far as inside here is fire starting material, there's lots of opinions and ways to do it. I got a real simple thing my dad showed me years ago. If anybody's interested, you can hit us up, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. I can tell you how we do it. Just trying to keep this video short. So I'm just bringing a pair of Nikon Binoculars. These are 10x42s. I'm not huge on trophy hunter, being a trophy hunter, so I'm not too worried about bringing spot scopes and seeing how big of bulls I'm seeing or bucks or any of that. If I'm seeing game, I'm content with that. So that's that. I've got a little bag of toiletries. I've got, you know, some medicine in there. Got some extra batteries, things like that. Nothing crazy. I bring a buck 110. I've had a buck 110 since I was first started hunting. I think just a good stout knife will help. Probably my most favorite anymore is a Havilon, but I take a buck 110 no matter what I'm doing at a Havilon. I'm gonna bring some bug spray, some sunscreen. Over here is like my cooking stuff. I'm gonna bring an extra can of fuel. There's a lot of us going. Some of us are kind of splitting up some things, so I'm gonna bring an extra can in case one fails. We got extra. I use a little Brunton, little stove. Like I said, everybody's got their opinions on their cook systems. I've had this one for over 7 years now, and it hasn't let me down. It's got the same striker and everything. I got a little scrub pad I can clean my dishes with. I've got this little MSR seasoning bottle. Like I said, I like taking rib rub. I think rib rub goes good on just about everything. The little stand for the bottle. I've got a Ktm Pump. 2 other guys got a Ktm Pump we're going with, and another guy's bringing a SteriPen. One of the guys I hunt with archery a lot, and the other guy I go with when he hunts. We're kind of trying to see what route we want to stick with on the pumps. I mean, we got no complaints on the Ktm other than they're kind of heavy and bigger. But then on the pots, I just got an MSR pot. I can boil water, I can cook fish, I can do just about anything I want with it. And all this stuff fits inside this pot. I like that because I can keep all this little gear right here inside this pot, and that fits inside of my bowl. I've got a metal cup. I think it helps hold the heat when we're having hot coffee. Plastic cups, I think your coffee gets colder quicker. So just a preference thing, plus I can boil with it if I have to. Just a little camp towel. I bring 2 Nalgene bottles. Oh, inside my Ktm I keep a platypus too, just a water bladder. That way I got some more camp water if we need it, especially if you're a ways away from some water, a creek or something. I can bring back quite a bit of water and cook with and whatnot. Of course, we're fishing too, so I just bring a little bit of gear. I've got some flies. I got a little small multi-tool just if I got to work on the reel or some couple casting bubbles. A camp chair, just when we're lounging around, sitting by the fire at night. And as far as my sleep system, I'm gonna try this year. It's new to me. I've been listening to some of the Gritty Bowman podcasts and stuff, and I like hearing what those guys say in that air and talking about the tarps and stuff. I got this tarp. It's a Slumberjack satellite tarp, and I've got their satellite or the contour bivy. I'm gonna try them both out, and not saying a tent's better or tarp's better. One's heavier, one's lighter. I think it's just a different way to go. I think it's more or less. I think for myself, you're not gonna just feel like you're inside a bubble. You're trapped. I mean, you can lean up, and you'll be looking outside. Just a different way to camp. I heard Aaron say he uses a drop cloth. I got this a couple of years ago. It's just a small little backpacking tarp. I think it's 5x7. I'm gonna try it. It's a little big. He talks about using visqueen. It probably pack down a lot smaller than that. We'll try it. We'll see if I like it or not. As far as the pad goes, I got the Climate Static V. I'm not 100% sold on this yet. I've tried this 2 or 3 times. It has no R value whatsoever, so I think once you hit about October, you might want to start rethinking your pad. But as far as now, I'm going to try it. I like it because it's small, it's compact, and it's real light. But the no R value, I'm hoping with the bivy sack, the no R value of this, it'll balance out and be a good sleep system. I've got a Mountain Hardware 0 degree bag, and then an X-Ped pillow. So with the tarp, I'm bringing trekking poles, because that's how you're supposed to set that up. I've only messed with this a couple times out in the back of the house. I'm not real sure how I want to set it up this week. I think we're going to have good weather, so we'll see what happens. But that's the gear I'm taking on this trip. I'm not saying what you need to take, the best gear. It's just what I have. It works for me. I'm sure in the future I'll find something better. But as far as hunting goes, some of this stuff will change a little bit, but we're going to keep these videos rolling. Hopefully while we're up there I can take some good videos of how we're set up. Go from there. We'll see you on the next one.